All right, this kind of epitomizes the sort of vegan mentality here. I got this in response to a video that I did the other day on intelligence and carnivore diet, vegan diet, and this vegan chimes in. It says, hey, if I have to lose a few IQ points, that's okay, because 85 billion animals aren't being slaughtered every year. Well, first of all, I'd say I think it's working. I think you have lost IQ points most likely. I mean, you think about this. I'm willing to damage my own health, damage my intelligence, damage perhaps the intelligence of my kids to virtue signal about saving animals. Now, 85 billion is a big number, right? We say, oh, it's a lot of animals. You know, there's close to 8 billion of us on the planet right now. You know, let's put it in perspective. 85 billion is a big number, but just alone in the United States, which is a fraction of the world's population, it's only 300 million out of the 8 billion. In the United States, there are roughly around 50 million domestic house cats. Those 50 million domestic house cats by themselves kill, not in a humane way, by the way. If anybody's seen a cat killing an animal, 25 billion animals a year. Mice, mice, birds, whatever, lizards and things like that. That's just domestic house cats on their own. In the United States alone, again, the pesticides that we spray on crops kills over 4 quadrillion, not trillion, not billion, not million, but quadrillion insects and small animals every year, just to grow crops, all kinds of crops: strawberries, tomatoes, apples, oranges, bananas, peanuts, almonds, all of those things, which are not going to animals, by the way, in most cases. And so, just because you cite some big number, you have to put it in perspective there. And I guess when your IQ has been knocked off a few points, you might not be smart enough to figure that out. Newsflash: animals die for any other animal to live, right? Most animals on the planet are carnivorous in species distribution. If you look at all the species on the world, most of them have chosen a carnivorous or a meat-eating path to do so. Now, there's a lot of prey animals, and guess what? Newsflash again, cows are prey animals. What does that mean? Well, they're going to get eaten by something, right? Something's going to eat them eventually, whether it's me, whether it's a wolf, whether it's a bear, or whether it's bacteria in the ground. We all get eaten at some point. So this virtue signaling, crying about how animals are killed to derive food from it, is complete nonsense, and it's making you stupid. Yes, there are better ways to dispatch of animals, and even through the criticisms of slaughterhouses, it is still by far the most humane animal. Any wild animal or any prey animal in existence will die. Most of the time, outside of some vegan propaganda slaughterhouse footage, it is very quick. It is very painless for the vast majority of these animals, right? They die in many cases with less pain and suffering than most humans do. You think about that. Most humans may spend 10 years suffering from diseases, and these animals live out a longer life than they would than in the wild. Remember, wild ruminant animals, most of them don't make it to adulthood, whereas domestic cattle, for instance, almost all of them, almost 99% of domestic cattle born in the United States will make it through to adulthood, and they will be housed, and they will be sheltered, and they will be fed, and they will be protected from predators. You think about it. I speak for the animals. I can tell you, my dogs prefer to be inside than living in the woods outside, because I give them comfort and food and security, whereas most wild animals don't get that. So remember, ranchers and farmers protect those animals. They love their animals. They take tremendous care of them. There is no benefit to these people for abusing their animals. Again, these crazy vegan propaganda films are these isolated outlier cases. You can make the argument that every human being is a rapist and a murderer and an awful person just by showing select videos of people that do that, these sick people that do that. Does not mean all of humanity is that. Most of humanity are good, caring people. All right, guys, have a great one. In the background, I'm looking, this is just overlooking Marathon, Greece, and it is a beautiful area. Hopefully sometime you guys get to check this out. In Greece, they got plenty of meat. This is a Mediterranean climate. Meat is everywhere, guys. So don't let these fools tell you that there's no meat. There's plenty of meat, plenty of cheese, plenty of dairy. It is, fresh seafood, fresh food, healthy, wonderful. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.